What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, we have some great and interesting news as reports and sources are stating that undefeated, unified, three-belt WBA, WBC, IBF, welterweight world champion, superstar boxer, Errol "The Truth" Spence Jr., who is widely considered to be top two, if not number one, definitely top five, pound for pound best fighter in the world, with a record of 28 wins, no loss, no draw, 22 big wins by way of knockout. He is 33 years of age, 5'9.5" with a 72-inch arm reach, an undefeated three-division world champion, former junior welterweight undisputed world champion, currently the reigning WBO World Boxing Organization welterweight world champion, who is widely considered by many to be the number one best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, in Terence Crawford, with a record of 39 wins, no loss, and no draw, 30 big wins by way of knockout, 35 years of age, 5'8", with a 74-inch arm reach, have now begun to negotiate with themselves, and they have came to an agreement on a purse split, and they are looking to fight next. But if they can't fight next, then Terence Crawford is going to fight his WBO mandatory, and Alexis Roca, and Errol Spence is going to fight former unified welterweight world champion, superstar boxer Keith "One-Time" Thurman in his next fight. But the plan is for Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. They want to fight each other, and now they have taken control of the reins into their own hands, and now are negotiating amongst each other, according to these reports, that Terence Crawford is now and Errol Spence have now agreed to a purse split right now. Right, that's great news, right? Obviously, they want to stage this fight in the summertime, but if they can't, Keith Thurman, who is the former unified WBC, WBA welterweight world champion, he has a record of 30 wins, 1 loss, no draws, 22 wins by way of knockout. He is 34 years of age. Keith Thurman, is 5'8" with a 69-inch arm reach. He's a former unified world champion, Keith Thurman is, right? That's a big fight for Errol Spence. We know that, the PBC Premier Boxing Champion, founder and advisor Al Heyman and their team have been angling into that direction to make this fight for quite some time, okay? And so, that's a fight that Errol Spence wanted at one point in time. He wanted to face off against Keith Thurman back in 2017 when they both had titles. Errol Spence won his first world title May of 2017 against former IBF welterweight world champion, British superstar boxer Special K. Kell Brook in the UK. And Keith Thurman 2 months prior, in March of 2017, unified the titles against then undefeated two-division world champion Puerto Rican superstar boxer Danny Swift Garcia, and he won both belts, right? So Errol Spence, he wanted to unify the belts, and Keith Thurman, he just simply didn't give him the opportunity. After Keith Thurman beat Danny Garcia, he went on a hiatus. We didn't see Keith Thurman from March of 2017 all the way into January 2019 against Josito Lopez. Then in July, he fought and lost to legendary 8th Division world champion, iconic Filipino superstar boxer Manny Pacquiao. Okay, and then, the rest is history. Keith Thurman went on another hiatus. We didn't see him from July 2019 all the way to February of 2022, February 5th, when he fought Mario Barrios, who was a junior welterweight who was coming off of a knockout loss. He was coming off of a knockout loss to Gervonta Tank Davis, a super featherweight that jumped up 2 weight classes and knocked out, Mario Barrios, and that's who Keith Thurman fought. And then once again, we are in March of 2023. Keith Thurman we have not had no Keith Thurman sighting since February of 2022. So over a year again, 13 months now, we have not seen or heard from Keith "One-Time" Thurman. Okay, and so with that said, now it looks like that's the direction Errol Spence will be going if he can't get a deal done with Terence Crawford for June, right? And Terence Crawford has a WBO mandatory that has now petitioned to be the mandatory, and the WBO is giving them a deadline. And Alexis Roca, welterweight Mexican star title contender. Alexis Roca, 22 wins, 1 loss, no draws, 14 wins by way of knockout, 25 years of age, 5'10" with a 70-inch arm reach. Okay, and so now, they have come to, a place where, both guys have now essentially agreed to purse splits. And now they're on the verge of making this fight. But again, they still have to get past their respective upcoming fights if that's the way that this is going to go. Errol Spence is going to have to fight, against Keith Thurman, and Terence Crawford to fight against Alexis Roca, which is both, those are solid fights. Obviously, Keith Thurman, Errol Spence is a much bigger fight than Terence Crawford versus Alexis Roca. But Alexis Roca, is his WBO mandatory, and that, eliminates any other roadblocks in preventing this fight from coming to fruition. But I truly hope that we could get Terence Crawford, Errol Spence, in June, right? We saw that, there was some reports that, there was a date that was secured by a network, and that they stated they stood by it, that they believe Terence Crawford, Errol Spence is going to fight in June. So now Terence Crawford, Errol Spence agreed to a purse split. That's huge news. And now, we're one step closer, to getting a big fight. This is the fight that everybody wants to see. Commercial-wise, Gervonta Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia is a major fight. And that's going to take place April 22nd. But as far as just a great historic legacy, legendary fight, Terence Crawford, Errol Spence is that fight. That's the biggest fight in boxing. Okay, it's been that way. It was number 2 behind only Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua for Undisputed, and now it's the absolute biggest fight in boxing since Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua have both lost their belts. This is the biggest fight. That fight was a heavyweight showdown for Undisputed, and as the heavyweight division goes, so goes the sport of boxing. And so now we at a place where, this Terence Crawford, Errol Spence fight is for Undisputed. And they're getting long in the tooth. Errol Spence is 33. Terence Crawford is 35. Time is not on their side. So they're getting a little long in the tooth. It's time. Right now is the time to make the fight happen. Point blank and period. So let's see how this all unfolds and plays out. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like a shitty video.
Bumgarner, you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV. Wow.